Hi gang, let's go over 3D. We're still working on continuity. So out of the 6 trig functions that you know, cosine x, sine x, those are the only 2 that are continuous on their domains. All the other 4 have vertical asymptotes. I'll just break these into sines and cosines for you because that'll make it easier for you to sort of figure out where they're undefined. So tangent is sine x over cos x. Cotangent is cos x over sine x. Cosecant is 1 over sine x. And secant is 1 over cosine x. So these 2 are continuous. They're not unbounded anywhere, but all these 4 are unbounded. All these 4 have vertical asymptotes. So in terms of discontinuity, these are all discontinuous functions here. These 2 above are continuous. All right, so I'm going to break this into sines and cosines. So the VAs are going to occur when the sine of 2x is equal to 0. Now before this means that the function is going twice as fast. It's compressed. So the cotangent functions are like, usually the width of a cotangent function is pi, but now the width of one cotangent function is going to be pi over 2 because it's cut in half. It's compressed. So before you figure out where this equals to 0, which is where the VAs are, or the discontinuities, you first want to start out with where just the basic sine of x is equal to 0. So on the unit circle, the sine of x is going to equal to 0 at 0 radians and pi radians. And if you go back through the lecture on discontinuities, you'll see I go over the unit circle. So the first vertical asymptote will occur here at 0, and then all the coterminal angles. So the next one will occur at pi, the next one will occur at 2 pi, then 3 pi, 4 pi, 5 pi, 6 pi, and on and on. So you can write the answer as an expression. You're going to say x equals to pi n, where this will generate out the answers. So like for instance, if n is equal to 0, x is 0, which is the first one. If n is equal to 1, x is equal to pi, which is the second answer. If n is equal to 2, then x is equal to 2 pi, which is the third answer. So 0, pi, 2 pi, 3 pi, and on and on and on. This goes on and on and on. So this is generically representing the vertical asymptotes if the function had not been compressed, okay? But the thing is that the function has been compressed. So instead of this equaling to x, this equals to 2x. So it's at the very end, that you re-index it. So whether it's multiplied by something or divided by something, you first do the basic case, and then you convert it to whether it's been compressed or expanded. So now at the very end, I will divide off the 2 because you want it just to say x. Okay? So now this is where the vertical asymptotes occur. So I have a discontinuity. These are vertical asymptotes that occur at x equals to pi n over 2, and they are non-removable. Okay, if you had trouble with this one, I'd highly suggest you go back through the lecture. If you're super struggling with this, I could maybe figure out how to send you some pre-calc videos to help with this topic. That could maybe be something I could do. You can let me know. Okay, that's it on this one. I know that one was difficult. Let's do the last one. So the last one, 3E. So the first thing you want to do here is you want to factor it. And if you recall, when you have common factors, that creates a whole. So at x equals to -7, because when you put in -7, you're going to get 0 over 0, which is what is creating the whole. So at x equals to -7, you have a removable discontinuity because it's a whole. And I hope you guys can see this. So you have 1 over x, and then you have x plus 7 over x plus 7, right? So this part here is the whole, and then this part here is the VA. So at x equals to 0, because that when x is 0, you're going to actually have a number over 0, right? You're specifically going to have 7 over 0 if you want the exact value. You're going to have 7 over 0. So when you have a non-zero over 0, you have a vertical asymptote, and then we label that as non-removable. All right, so this particular case had 2 answers, you got 2 points for having this X value and then labeling it, and then 2 points for this one. So that's how the score was broken down. So if you, for instance, got 2 out of 4 points, it meant you just found half of the discontinuities. Okay, gang, that is the end of number 3. I hope that helped. I'll catch you. Bye-bye.